Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hi, I'm Norwidatul Shahira binti Abdurrahim. So in this video presentation, my team members Kamarul Bahrain, Farah Batisha, Wardina Wada, Nur Fitriana and I will be presenting on our coursework 1 based on our selected case study. Our chosen case study is titled New Access Road to Jalan Ensing Timur from Jalan Datuk Tan Mencong Junction, Batu Kawah. So now I will start our presentation with an introduction to our coursework. What is procurement? Procurement in construction is a strategic process that involves inquiring materials, services, and contractors to ensure successful project execution. It goes beyond simple purchasing by incorporating supplier selection, contract negotiation, compliance with legal framework such as CIDB and JKR, and considerations like risk management and sustainability. So the process typically includes stages like tendering, evaluation, and contract award. In Malaysia, public projects often follow JKR contracts to ensure transparency, while private projects may adopt flexible strategies including public-private partnership (PPP). So modern tools like e-procurement have enhanced efficiency, and green procurement is increasingly encouraged to support sustainable practices. Several procurement systems are in use. This is include traditional contracting, DBB, design and build DB, construction management CM, and PPP models like BOT and PFI. So each of the procurement offering different levels of control, risk allocation, and time efficiency. So, for our case study, new access road to Jalan Ensing Timur from Jalan Datuk Tan Mencong Junction, Batu Kawah, the traditional procurement system was adopted, one of the most widely used methods in Malaysia. Under this system, the design and construction stages are separated. The client first appoints the consultant to develop the design before selecting a contractor through the competitive tendering. So the project utilized the JKR standard form of contract, which defines clear responsibilities for the client, consultants, and contractors. While this method ensures clarity, quality control, and pre-construction planning, it may also extend project timelines due to its sequential workflow.
Procurement in construction refers to the strategic process of acquiring materials, services, and contractors necessary for project execution. It is to ensure that the project is delivered with optimal cost, quality, and efficiency. In Malaysia, procurement systems follow structured stages with the design, build method being the most dominant, especially for public projects. This method begins the design phase, which is completed before the contractor is selected through an open tendering process. It ensures transparency but can lead to longer timelines due to its sequential nature. Design bid build is widely used for public sector projects because of the clarify it provides in scope and cost management. The contractor selection process is critical in Malaysia's procurement system. Contractors must be registered with agencies like CIDB and UPKJ, ensuring they meet the necessary requirements for the project. In addition, they must submit integrity and anti-corruption declaration, which helps ensure fair competition. Kalantari emphasized that these criteria ensure that the selection of qualified contractors contributing to better project outcomes. When it comes to the tendering process, Malaysia follows a structured approach including tender notice, site inspection, and evaluation. This process ensures all contractors have a clear understanding of the project before submitting their bids. A common pricing model used is lump sum contracts, providing cost certainty for the client, especially in government projects. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, Malaysia construction industry has adapted by adopting digital tendering or e-procurement. This shift has improved efficiency but posed challenges for rural contractors with limited access to the technology. As Hassan explained, these adaptations are essential for the future of procurement, especially in ensuring health and safety compliance while maintaining transparency and fairness.
Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. I will now present the research methodology of our case study on procurement in construction. Our research adopt a case study approach focusing on real-life public infrastructure project. The new access road to Jalan Ensing Timur from Jalan Datuk Tan Men Chong Junction, Batu Kawah, Sarawak. This method allowed us to examine how the procurement system was applied on site, including the challenges faced by the contractor and the use of specific contract forms. We gathered data through two main methods, interview and document analysis. For the primary data, we conducted a semi-structured interview on 5th June 2025 with Ms. Fatin Tarwati Husa binti Muhammad, a quantity surveyor from Berjaya Maju Construction Work, the appointed contractor. The interview focused on key aspects such as the procurement system used, tendering procedure, and the implementation of JKR PWD 203-203A standard form of contract. Ms. Fatin also discussed project issues including a delay caused by a nominated subcontractor. This resulted in a 59-day extension of time request submit under the relevant clauses in JKR PWD 203A contract. Her explanation helped us understand how contract provisions are applied in resolving real-site problems. As for the secondary data, we reviewed several project documents, the contract agreement, the EOT letter date 28 February 2025, and technical specification from JKR, particularly those related to piling, drainage, and roadworks. For data analysis, we applied a qualitative content analysis method. We identified key terms such as the use of open tendering, contract execution, and subcontractor coordination. These findings were then compared with recent literature to assess how the practice in this project align with current public procurement trends in Malaysia. In conclusion, the combination of interview, insight, and document evidence provided us with a clear and practical understanding of how traditional procurement operates under the JKR PWD 203 and 203F framework.
Next, I will talk about the data analysis for our case study on the new access road to Jalan Ensing, Batu Kawah. During the project, we identified two main issues that affected procurement performance. First is the impact of COVID-19. Second is the contractor selection. First, under COVID-19, the pandemic caused serious delay, especially due to supply chain disruption and limited on-site access. This restriction also made physical site meetings and inspection difficult, forcing the team to shift to online platform for coordination. While this helped maintain progress, it also caused some communication and approval delays. Next, in terms of contractor selection, the project used an open tender method which maintained transparency and fairness. However, after the pandemic, the industry had to adapt to digital platform for post-tender process like evaluation and documentation. This shift to digital was crucial to keep the project on track and aligned with government procurement standard. So in summary, our analysis showed that external shock like pandemic pushed the industry to modernize, especially in how tenders are managed and how contractor are coordinated.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Wardina Wardah binti Joni and my student ID is 2024290756. So I will explain for the recommendation, which is based on the results from our case study and analysis. We have several important recommendations to improve procurement practices in future construction projects in Malaysia. So for the first one is, although the traditional procurement methods provides clear structure and control, we recommend to introduce a hybrid system, which is such as design and build or early contractor involvement. So this system allows the contractor to be involved earlier in the project, especially during the design stage. So this can reduce delays, improve coordination, and lead to faster decision making on site. Secondly, we suggest to upgrading and standardizing digital tendering platforms. So during the COVID-19 pandemic, many processes had to shift online, but some rural or small contractors struggle to adapt due to lack of digital infrastructure or skills. So by making digital system, I think that is more user-friendly and accessible, the government can increase participation and make tendering more transparent and efficient. So thirdly, contract documents like the JKR PWD form should be updated to include special clauses that address current and future risks such as pandemics, delays in material supply, or sudden price changes. I think that this will help the contractors and clients better to manage unexpected events and reduce disputes. So next, we also recommend to diversifying the supply chain. During the pandemic, many projects were delayed due to the material shortage, especially from international sources. Because if we can rely more on local suppliers or regional alternative, I think we can reduce delays and keep the project running even during crisis. And furthermore, there should be continuous training and education for clients, consultants, and even contractors. Everyone that involved in procurement should understand the legal aspects and the different types of procurement system and on how to adapt when situation changes. So this will improve overall professionalism in the industry. And last but not least, we suggest stronger collaboration and communication between all the stakeholders, such as clients, consultants, and contractors. I think that working together with transparency and trust can prevent misunderstandings and improve project outcomes. And after the project is completed, a post-project review should also be done to learn from any mistake and apply improvements for future projects. So, by applying these strategies, the Malaysian construction industry can become more efficient and ready for future challenges. So, to conclude, our case study on the new access road to Jalan Ensing Timur from Jalan Dato, Tan Men Chong Junction, it is clear that the traditional procurement system remains the preferred method for public infrastructure projects in Malaysia. And this also approach separates the design and construction phases, which giving the client full control over quality and planning. So in this project, the JKR PWD 203 or 203A contract and lump sum pricing provided clear responsibilities and cost control. So from our interview with the quantity surveyor for this project and from the supporting documents, we found that although traditional procurement has its strengths like clarity and reliability, it also faces challenges such as delays due to unexpected site conditions, or issue with a denominated subcontractor. Next, when post-pandemic, the system adapted slightly with more digital tendering, a stronger focus on risk management, and the need for flexibility in contract. So this shows that while the traditional method is still useful, the industry needs to evolve with current demands and future uncertainties.